This is a really good ice cream, super low fat here in Australia. It's got your sugar in there. Yeah, this digests so clean, and the caffeine content is quite small. It's got cacao in there, which is theobromine. That's the neuroactive element there. The stimulant is a very small dose, so if you're caffeine sensitive, this one's pretty good. It comes in vanilla as well. Alright, this is good shit. This is really good stuff. Today's video is this is from the coaching group, the Dietary.com coaching group. If you want the best lifestyle advice, man, I just come up from a nap, just woke up, and just feeling incredible. Went out training this morning, spin the legs, did high cadence drills out here in Adelaide, South Australia. December 12th or whatever it is today. Hot as, man, it's like 35 Celsius. Just had the carbs and I had a nap, and then boom, let's go round two. So this person is wanting to be this is a question I get a lot from young audience. This guy's 23, all right, wanting to chase their dreams. So it could be, I want to be a professional cyclist, I want to be a professional runner, I just want to escape living in New York where it's just cold in winter, etc., or Wisconsin or Montana or wherever you are in the world. You could be in Belgium, you want to go down south to Morocco or wherever, be a professional cyclist, whatever you want to do. This is general, all right. This is just how it is, all right. You got to live how you want to live. If you want to be a professional cyclist, if you want to be a YouTuber, whatever job you want to do, man, don't do it because your parents want you to do it. Do it because that gives you joy, and you wake up every day and you're like, man, I can't wait to race, or I can't wait to upload content, I can't wait to, get on the show, or whatever. I can't wait to collect trash. I just love picking up trash. I love knowing that the trash is going to recycling versus landfill. I love flipping bikes. I love writing. Whatever you do, man, do what you love to do. Right? Everyone needs a job out there. Life without purpose is worthless. And I get immense stimulation every day waking up. I love my job. I fucking almost cry how much I love my job. Being a YouTuber, a coach, personal trainer, everything I do, every single minute of the day, maybe except to clean the toilet, I'm loving what I do. But even I like a clean toilet as well. So it's all. Yeah, you don't always enjoy the moment, but you enjoy the result. Okay, so the outcome, and it's the journey of who you become. Yeah, that's the good joy there. So we're going to deep dive here, right? Like, why do you want to be a pro cyclist? Right? Why do you want to be a YouTuber? Ask the question, why? Is it to impress your parents, to make them proud? That's cool, but that's really bad, because what if they're not proud? Right? What if you win the Tour de France and they find out, shit, you had to use drugs to get there, Or what if you become a YouTuber and they're like, oh, you're dressing a little bit slutty for that, or what are you talking about? You swearing on camera? Oh, we wouldn't raise you to swear on camera, Johnny or Janie or Harley or whatever. So if you're doing something to make your parents proud, don't do that. Do it because the world needs it. Do it because it brings you joy. Do it because it's a passion and purpose. No matter what resistance you get, you just take it as it comes. You take it like Teflon, little darts thrown your way or whatever, over your back. You got to live in life how you want to live, and if you're living for your parents' expectations and their goals and their dreams for you, you're gonna really resent your parents at some point. You're gonna resent them, and they're gonna feel that, and they're gonna feel like failures. So if you care about your parents, or if you hate your parents, we can't choose our parents, kids. We can't choose our parents. They got that you're here. Yeah, maybe you're adopted, maybe you're a foster kid, maybe you're a biological baby, whatever. Maybe you don't have any parents. Lucky you don't have the expectation. So whatever situation we have in life, there's always a spin to win in that situation. No matter what happens, man. No matter what happens, almost what happens. I mean, what if you're in Mexico and the cartels find you and you owe them $5 and they chop you up and turn you into dog food? I guess you're not winning there, are you? But you know what I'm saying. In most of our situations in life, you got to spin it to win it. So how to escape your parents' expectations? So we've got a question here. The guy's 23. He's living at home, and he wants to go somewhere that's warmer and just be free of that parental expectation crap. But he's like, I've got no money. He's 23 and he's got no money. When you're pursuing your dreams in life, you'll always have enough money. When you're living within your means and pursuing your dreams, you'll always have enough money. It's just money's just so easy to make. Oh, it's easy for you doing, you're super rich and you got all this, blah, 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 blah. My parents aren't rich, all right? My mum lives on the pension. My dad, before he died, lived on the pension. I don't come from, when my dad died, I think I got like $5 grand or whatever. Not complaining, I'm just saying, I don't come from money. I don't come from money. My dad was super tight with cash. My mum was super tight with cash because they just both just lived on shoestrings. So I don't come from money. I'm not like a rich kid saying, like, estate funded. No, if you're a rich kid, estate funded, cool. No worries with that. No judgment. Lucky you. But that can be a curse as well, because then you're like, where's the motivation to make myself, like that can be really tough. That's why a lot of kids with rich parents have eating disorders or have really drug-fueled, crazy lifestyles because they don't know how to process the expectation from their parent. If the parent's a lawyer, a doctor, a surgeon, see it just high-ranking, crazy stress job, that stress of that parent, when they look at the kid, like that masculine presence, that mum, the feminine presence, looks at the kid and sees a failure because they're not getting A's at university or whatever, that kid feels that. Even if they don't even know what's going on, they just feel that. So they feel like, I can't control anything in my life, so I'm going to control what I eat, how much I weigh, blah, 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 blah. And so generally those kids who have the rich parents are the ones who really have it tough, man. Because their expectation is a lot heavier. Maybe your Asian parents, man, tiger mum, tiger dad, right? Whatever it is, man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's easy for you to say that during riding. It's easy for you to say that, like... it's your life, man. It's your life. What are you going to do? You're going to carry this invisible backpack around you. This invisible backpack full of the weight of your parental expectations. It's literally, it's an emotional backpack you wear. It's an obligation you wear. My parents want me to do this. They want me to do that. So, like, if you want to do that, do that. I can't let my parents down. They work so hard to pay my uni fees. They work 4 jobs to do it. I'll tell you what, your parents just want you to be happy. And if you're not happy at university, don't go to university. At the same time, you don't become a stoner, just wasting your youth. It's like, hey man, yeah bro, you're living now, bro. Because you're drugging yourself to escape your reality, that you're not living with purpose. So then that's the thing, is like, okay, fuck my parents, I'm going to Hawaii, I'm going to Thailand, fuck this shit, I'm going to Thailand, smoke reefers, bro, yeah, bro. No, you're a freaking loser if you do that. Seriously, if you just sit around getting stoned, try it here and there, okay? But if you're getting stoned every day, you're getting drunk every weekend, you're just getting plastered, just like, nightclub scene, like, yeah, you let your hair down once or twice a year if that's what you're into. When you're young, you sort of feel it, but don't, it's dangerous, it's a dark scene, and it leads to nowhere, really. I want to create memories with other kids who are also just feeling stressed out and purposeless. That's not memories, that's distraction. That's really is distraction. And I've been there, done that, so I can speak from experience, man. I've been for all that whole drug phase. I'm 44, I've traveled the world, self-made, done so many drugs in my life, and had crazy experiences, And I look back, I'm like, man, that was, I thought it was good back then, but I realized it's just a huge distraction. Huge distraction. I'm not disappointed at myself. I'm glad I did those things, because then I don't go, wow, I wasted so much time. I'm like, wow, now I have the conviction to convey to people who are coming up, that ain't the best way to go. That's a really bad way to go. Okay to try it, dabble in it, best to witness it. Don't have to really go in there. You can just witness it. Oh, yeah, I saw people die. I can see my friend, she's got a Plan B pill again today, and that guy there, wow, he's got another drunk driving charge. Oh, wow, he's actually in prison for assault, and damn, wow, he's, now, wow, she was really hot, now she's a meth addict. She's just lost her whole glow. Damn, that's never going to come back. Wow. So you witness things. Witnessing. I just want to feel good. Yay! We all want to feel good, and you feel. Here's the thing: when you're sober or mostly sober, and you're living with purpose, that is the fucking best feeling, bro and girls, guys and girls, brother. It's the best feeling. When you don't need drugs to detach from reality. When your reality is something you don't want to detach from. I don't want to detach from my reality. Like if I use stimulants for time trial or whatever, I'm using a really low dose, just a little breathing enhancement, because I love my reality so much. I don't want to be like so wide, I'm just out of it. Same with like weed and alcohol. It was easy for me to give those things up, because when I was drunk or stoned, I was just like, I prefer my reality. I prefer my sober reality, or lightly stimulated reality, versus wasted, either extreme. I'm just like, ugh. Even a few drinks, I'm just like, I don't like that reality. Because it takes me out of my reality that I've created every single day, and I love that reality. So you have to find out what you love in life, and to escape your parents' thing, don't do it aggressively, don't do it viciously, but do it aggressively in your pursuit of that, but not aggressively towards them. There's no yelling, there's no screaming, there's no like, there's no brattiness, there's no. Just say, hey, look, I really appreciate what you've done. You've done a lot of sacrifice. It's really, really hard raising kids in today's world. You know, and I can't relate to how hard it's been for you, mum and dad. I can't relate, but I know that if I don't do what I want to do in life, I'm going to resent you guys because I'll be living for your expectations, etc. That might even be a bit too deep and too real for them. But whatever you say, it's how you say it. If you're like, they're just going to be like, you bratty little bitch, or you bratty little bastard, whatever. It's not so much what you say in life, it's how you say it. So if you're calm, your body language is sitting down, you're making some food, maybe you're cleaning something for them or whatever, and try and get some carbohydrate into them first. If your parents are doing keto diet or they're sugar phobic, jacked on caffeine and SSRIs, and that's going to be really tough, you know. So maybe get a drink into them, alcohol, get some sugar, whatever their favourite lollies are. Could be chocolate, a bit fatty, but the sugar hit will get them in a better mood. You get this dopamine good and get the serotonin good. Always look after the person's neurotransmitters before you drop some bombs on them, right? If they're undercarb or dehydrated, or if they're drunk, man, people in prison because of their reactions when they had deficient serotonin, deficient dopamine or whatever, just flipping out, coming down. So make sure whenever you're going to drop some bombs that they've got the sugar and the water, and maybe have a little bit of a nap, okay? Take them outside, go for a walk, and just let them. But they got to have the sugar in, man. Like, do not go, I just want to tell them now, like, wait, just get some sugar in. Find out what their favorite carbohydrate thing is and just give it to them. Give it to them. So it's just on sale today, just on the clearance rack for like $2 or whatever, or it depends on if they're going to believe it. Like, just get that sugar into them. If they love this stuff, give them a whole tub and just say, eat it. It's really, really hard to communicate with someone if they're undercarbed, because they're going to flip, all right? They're going to flip anyway, but the chances of flipping even harder when they're undercarb, it's going to be greatly enhanced. Cordial, just get some sugar into them. Even if you have to lie to them, if they're sugar phobic, just say this is stevia, all right? And maybe pour it into a container, just say this is a stevia drink, try that out. And they'll be like, oh, this is really good. And they'll drink the whole thing of cordial, get a good sugar hit, and they'll be like, all right, now I'm open to the truth, open to reality. And that's a great one to do. Yeah. But whatever frame they're going to flip into, anger or resentment or like craziness, you hold your frame. You hold your carbohydrate solid frame. You hold your frame that if I don't live my truth, if I don't become a man or a woman, this is especially important for the young guys out there. You have to become a man. If you're home at 23 and you don't like being there, you're a fucking pussy. All right? You're a fucking pussy. Simple as that. And people go, oh, you can't use that word during the night. No, you're a fucking pussy, man. If you're living at home, this guys need to hear this. If you're living at home and you don't like living there, and you're like, my mum, my dad, my little brother, my little sister, all right, and you're taking your frustration out and your failures on them, you're a fucking pussy, and you got to get out, all right? And just, you can apologise to them, you can whatever. I'm never apologise to my little sister, my little brother. Yeah, fuck them. If you can't apologise, you'll never ever fucking be a man, all right? Real apology, not just I'm fucking sorry, mate. Just like, hey, I was getting hormonal, I was just feeling frustrated, I was putting more frustrations on you. Hey, I'm sorry, man. And if they don't accept the apology, that's on them. But if they don't accept it, they go, yeah, fucking, you look at your fucking. No, just keep it chill, man. Keep it carbs, all right? We've all lost our boat. It's no point losing your boat, man, all right? Especially with your fam, and avoid burning bridges whenever possible in life. It's hard because sometimes you just like, but just calm down, bring it back down. And these communication skill sets, emotional state control is the number one thing you want to develop in life. Probably the most important thing for quality of life is an emotional state control. Emotional state control. Whether you're an athlete, a parent, whatever, just a human, man. If you want to have a richer quality of life, develop an emotional state control. So if you're feeling extra anxious and oh my god, calm it down, bring it down. All right? The human brain isn't designed to make us happy. It's designed to keep us safe. So it's always looking for problems and what could go wrong and oh no. So you want to feel anxiety. Never ever use anxiety medications, Xanax. They kill your life potential. They kill your passion. You want to feel anxiety, and you let anxiety guide you and calibrate anxiety, control anxiety, versus let anxiety control you so much you're taking a pharmaceutical. You know what I mean? Like, now that Xanax owns you, etc., and all the side effects of that, your dong ain't working, you can't feel shit. It's just like your clit's numb. It's just like that. Your serotonin, dopamine's all out of whack. It was biochemistry, toxins in your brain from this crap product, man. You do not need carbohydrates, sleep, water, sugar. And people who disagree with that one, oh man, I meet them every single day, and I know the pain they're living in. I can just see it in their eyes, and it's like, damn. But hey, maybe that's just destiny for some people. Maybe some people, it's just they're destined to live a fucking suck-ass life full of SSRIs and Xannies and booze and weed and just suppressing themselves every single day, never fully sober, always running from anxiety versus facing anxiety and going, this anxiety is here to protect me. Anxiety is a normal human thing. I'm going to let this be a tool for me, a tool in my arsenal of increased life quality. So, that's the thing. People are like, I want to go down to be a pro cyclist, but, like, where do I get the money from? When I went on to be a pro cyclist, and so I thought, I'm going to go to Belgium. Belgium's just like, anyone can get a freaking contract to ride in Belgium pretty much. If you can ride a bike and, if you can race Div 1, someone will give you a go, especially if you're an Aussie. So I went to Belgium, knew nobody there, had no contacts. And so I was totally on my own. But I landed in Germany, and I stayed with this guy, Marcus Intra, great guy, and his wife was married to a guy, Kai Hundermark, who raced for Team Telecom. And Marcus was pretty connected, and I was just riding around bike shop to bike shop in Germany, in Frankfurt, just saying, hey, is there any teams I could ride for, whatever. And this guy, Marcus, was like, hey, come on in, mate. And he said, you clean bikes, and you do this and do that, and I'll make a few phone calls, and you can stay at my place, and I'll give you food, but and I said, man, I'll fucking clean whatever, I'll do whatever. So I was cleaning bikes and his bike shop in Sossenheim, Frankfurt, Germany. And then he's like, hey, after about a week, he's like, hey, I've got a contact in Belgium, go over there and have an interview. This guy's name's Willy van der Ecke. And he ran a team. He ran a team called Marlux, etc. He's just, he's just a classic, old school Belgian guy, great guy. So I met him at this cafe. I caught the train to Namur from Frankfurt, and it was freezing cold, and I was camping in freaking Namur in this field, and it was like -2, and I had almost had frostbite on my toes. And then I rode to this cafe in Belgium. This is like pre-internet, so this is 2003. Like, didn't have a phone, didn't have a laptop, and so I was just like, asking people where to go. I had like a paper freaking map, So I eventually find this cafe, and got there finally early, and met up Willie, and Willie's like, okay, so where'd you stay last night? And I said, I camped out. He's like, what? I said, I camped in the woods. He's like, you camped in the woods? And I thought he's going to, I thought in my head, man, he's going to think you're an idiot, like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what race results do you have? And I showed him my thing. He's like, you don't have much. But the fact that you camped out in the woods, I'm impressed. So what I'm going to do is, here's a jersey, you can ride with my team, and you're going to stay with this guy in Aalst in Belgium, and we're going to go from there. And so Willie set me up, and I would do errands for Willie. I would organise bikes, and just helping him out. He's helping me, I'm going to help him. I raced in Belgium. I sucked because it was just so freaking dangerous, and I was always worried about crashes, and it was just cobbles, and it was fucking full frenzy of freaking pharmaceuticals. And I was like, that's back in the day I wouldn't even touch caffeine. I was just like, I'd gone from that teenage life of drugs to like being full straight cyclist. And I was there, and some guys in the race like, what are you doing, mate? Like, this isn't a health club, man. Like, you come from Australia and you're going to ride natural. So they couldn't understand it. They thought I was crazy, man. They literally thought I was crazy. Like, why won't you take shit, bro? Like, you're going to get smashed. And the drugs as well. The drugs help you not care about all the risks. When you're on stims and just testosterone and just charged up, you don't really care as much about the risks. But when you're fully sober and you're seeing some guy smash into the back of a parked car, fly over and then end up in a freaking paddock, and he's like grabbing his leg, and you're like, that guy's leg just snapped in front of my eyes, oh my god. And it's just total carnage, man. It's just total carnage. And it was harder racing than the World Tour. From what the guys from Rabobank would turn up to these kermesses and not even win. Like, unknown riders would win. Because they just wanted to get up. and it was absolute carnage, hardest racing I've ever done. But so hard. But it was a great experience. But I learned then and there, pro cycling ain't for me. One, I'm just too risk averse, you know, and you can't be risk averse as a pro cyclist. And I just realised this is not for me. You know, and I just, in the training in the cold weather, and it's just like the rain, and I was just like, I love cycling, but to be at that fitness level, it's just, it wasn't for me. But I'm glad I did it, man, because I had no question. So when I left Belgium that year, I was like, I'm glad I had a crack. This ain't for me. But before I went there, I was like so itching. I was like, man, I can do it. And my VO2 max is 80 and blah, 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 blah. But then I went there, had a taste of what it's like to be a pro cyclist, pretty much, you know. And I just didn't like it. Didn't like it. But I enjoyed helping training other people. And all the riders would come to me for nutrition advice. And I really enjoyed that. I was like, hey, this is my gift, man. This is my gift. Helping people lose weight and stuff. Because there was these riders there who were taking the risks, who had bigger motors than me. But they were fucking fat because they were eating all this fat and fries and fritters and just like, I'm like, dude, you're eating all that oil and shit, like just, you know. And so I became like a little mini nutritionist to so many riders there, and increasingly so as I got leaner and leaner and older. But yeah, so they got my taste. But if I didn't do that, man, you know what I mean? I'd be like, what if? Now I know 100% life wouldn't be for me. One, it wasn't good enough, the motor, you know, the risk aversion, the soberness. You know, especially back then, it was. You could definitely be a pro cyclist now, natural, but you're gonna be getting your head kicked in pretty much every race. If you've got a VO2 max of 90 or whatever, then you could definitely be natty, but you won't be winning much or anything. So it was okay, but got the experience. So man, you know, I have no resentment to my mum because I always did what I wanted to do. You know? But if I went to university and did this suck-ass job that I really hated with fuckwits at work, and I resented them just to make my mum happy, I'd really have resentment towards her. You know, I talk to my mum almost every day now, on text and stuff like that. I've got no resentment because I've lived my life. Right? Definitely, your parents are going to have different goals for you than you most of the time. But if you live for their expectations, you're going to resent them. I can't repeat it enough. You're going to resent your parents if you live for their expectations. So how to get out of it? So, you know, I slept in the bushes, man. I slept in the bushes. I didn't know anyone in Belgium. I didn't know I was going to end up in Belgium. I thought maybe Spain in the sunshine. No, go to Belgium. Belgium's the hotbed of cycling, and go from there. And so I probably should have went to Spain. But then again, I might have been okay in the climbs, but I got dropped in the downhills. Because those crazy Spanish doing 120k an hour on the downhill, I ain't going to be doing that. Get a front wheel blowout. It's like... So if you keep up on the uphills, that's great, but can you keep up on the downhills? Are you willing to die on the descents? If you're not, bye-bye. And unless you're some freak to be able to catch back up in the valley, but even that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, especially in the amateur scene racing, where it's hard on the pros, harder than the professionals, because people want to get noticed. They want to get a win. So they're taking bigger risks so they can get noticed and get the win. It's desperation, man. Desperation City. So this person is wanting to go down to south from their country, they're in the USA. And they're like, I don't have any money, blah, 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 blah. There's people in Guatemala. I go to Vice and documentaries of refugees trying to get into the USA. And ICE on the border, the police, they ICE find them, boot them back to Mexico, back to Guatemala, back to Haiti or whatever, back to Mexico. And the cartels are chasing them down. So it's just, you're in America, and if you want to go down to Florida or go to California, and it's snowing where you live in the north, do it, man. Just go. Like, go tomorrow. Write a note to your parents, mate. Give a phone call. If you think a phone call would be best, then do it over the phone. Face-to-face is great, but if you haven't got your skill set done, face-to-face can maybe go wrong. But then again, face-to-face is going to be thrown in the deep end, and if you're not in the deep end, how are you going to grow? How are you going to learn to swim if you're not above your freaking threshold? How are you going to grow as a person? So I would recommend just throw yourself in the deep end, face-to-face communication with that goal. No matter what, someone's screaming at my face, going crazy, gorilla mum, freaking gorilla dad, whatever, I'm just going to hold my poise, hear them out, and they're going to be trying to change your mind. I'm just no resolve, boom, boom, boom. You know, have that conversation. If you feel that your parents are going to get violent with you, then you just got to go. Your mum's going to start hitting you, then just don't have the face-to-face conversation. Just leave, send them a letter, a nice, loving letter. They might rip it up and go, fuck, I don't have a son anymore. But that's okay. right? That's on them now. You know, you can't choose your parents. You can't choose your parents. So whatever action they have doesn't really matter. I mean, it'd be great for like, you know what, son? You know what, daughter? That sounds like a great idea. Why don't you go and do that? They're unlikely going to say that. Unlikely going to say that. You know, like Natasha. You know, Natasha was living in Sydney with, you know, family, and she's at university, and she's working a bar job and living that Sydney life. And I said, just come to Adelaide, bang up on social media, as I do with all my girlfriends. And she's like, you know, she wanted to do that. She's just designed for it. But her parents, like, you know, like she didn't want to cut her family off and think they're going to abandon her. I said, they're not going to. I said, all your family wants to do is just see you happy. You know, and man, there's huge resistance at the start. Huge. I was there, you know, when she was talking to her family, and I was coaching through the phone calls and stuff, because, you know, I know what to say and not to do, and how they're going to be feeling. And it was, you know, in the end, it was like, now they're very proud of her. Very, very proud of her. But she had to go through that resistance and make the jump, you know. And she did it. So if you know, every discipline effort is met with multiple reward, you know. Can you imagine Natasha? Like, she's going to go with some guy who's double her age. If you Google my name up, it's full of fucking troll comments and defamation and slander, blah, blah, blah. You know, so we went through that. So that was fantastic. I was going there, and Dad's like, yeah, you know. And yes, and I could relate. I was like, man, I can hear where you're coming from. You know. But Natasha's like, how are you going to make this work? I said, I don't know, but we're going to make it work. Right? It's the same with anything. Like, I remember Tori, when Tori was living here, she would come home from her job, and she'd just come home in this mood. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Quit that shit ass job. You're too good for that. Do social media. And so she did, and within days, her glow was coming back. And she was like, you know, and her mum even said, I don't know what you did with my daughter, but she's smiling again. Thank you. Okay? So you just, in life, you have to do what you want to do. And it's not drugs and alcohol. Like, if you're suppressing your shit with drugs and alcohol on a weekly basis, stop it. Sober life helps you think and be clear. All right? If you're going to use any drugs, stimulants, super low dosage. If people are doing 1 tab, you do quarter of the tab. And we're talking prescription grade stuff. We're not talking street shit, dirty crack, whatever. We're talking, say, if your friend's doing 100 milligram of modafinil, you're doing 25, and only 3 days a week. You know, if someone's drinking a full coffee, you have a sip maybe, or like a quarter of the cup. But even then, caffeine with young people, and it's not good. Caffeine can increase anxiety so much. The only drugs I'd really recommend for young people, I don't recommend them, but if you could work on to do something like modafinil, generally pretty well tolerated, and not, you know, but again, not every single day, because it will disrupt your sleep cycle, and 25 milligram max. But then again, like, you don't need that, because you're super, super young, you know, like, and if you're high anxiety and you're high, like, rah, you don't need stimulants, because you're like, rah. Stimulants is just going to make you even more crazy. If you're like a real, like, sleepy lizard, hey man, you know, it's all, and that's just your natural scent, not because you're stoned, you're just like, yeah, you know, a small dose, microdose stim, prescription grade quality, like modafinil, can maybe bring you up a bit. But if you're a high anxiety person, just like, you know, flighty, if people would describe you as flighty or flaky, don't touch stimulants. Don't touch stimulants, because they'll make you even worse. Music's the best stimulant, really. Like dancing, especially with girls, music and dancing, hard to go past that. But alcohol and guys, if you're drinking alcohol, man, it's just, alcohol and men don't mix. Get drunk a couple times in a safe situation, maybe, but not shit-faced. All right, respect your liver, respect your kidneys. Alcohol in men doesn't really work very well at all. A few drinks in women can be okay to open them up, but other than that, the more sober you are, the better your life quality will be. 100%. That goes for many things in life. But just do it, man. Like, if I was, so to answer the question directly, someone's living in, you know, in the cold part of the USA, and they want to go down to Florida, or go to California, they've got no money, and they want to go, I would literally leave today. And I've been homeless in the street. I've had no money in the bank, and the only things I've owned have been the clothing on my back, literally. I lived on welfare. So you can get welfare in the States, you can collect cans in the States, you can walk dogs in the States. You can walk to frickin' Florida, you can walk to California, you can ride your bicycle. I'd probably recommend riding a bike. You can do a skateboard, you can have a husky dog. whatever it takes, man. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes Without fucking anyone over, not scamming people, not exploiting people, whatever, that you're going to earn it, you're going to do it honestly, you're going to provide incredible value, you're going to clean someone's car for a loaf of bread, if that's what it takes. All right? I'm not doing that. If I was hungry and I had to wash someone's car, detail the fuck out of it for a loaf of bread and a jar of jam, if I wouldn't do that, I'm not hungry enough. Simple as that. If I wouldn't sleep in a sleeping bag in the woods, I'm not tired enough. Okay? So people have this like expectation and they don't want to match it with the work that it takes. You know, I want to have like all this audience on YouTube and make heaps of money, but have no trolls, no haters, no jealous people make up bullshit about me. Good luck with that. You're going to have a really boring life because you'll be like, oh, hey guys, and you'll be like, I don't want to disrupt the boat, I don't want to rock the boat. And those YouTubers, the little shiny ones, hey guys, they're the most depressed because they don't get to be themselves. They don't get to really open up and share. Actually, I disagree about this topic. I'll get hate for it, but I disagree with that one. Those YouTubers are the most depressed, and they're just buying all this new shit all the time, and just like, because they're so freaking depressed, man, because they don't get to really say what they really think about basic topics. You know, obviously there's censorship and stuff like that. That's understand, but you know what I mean. If you're living for everyone's approval, you would die from their rejection. Simple as that. Like, be a good person, treat people how you want to be treated, do whatever it takes without scamming or being dishonest. And so yeah, I would go to. This is what. Okay, this the action plan. I'm living in Wisconsin. I'm a 23-year-old male, and I want to go to Florida. How many miles is that? 2,000, 3,000 miles? Let's say it's 5,000 miles. It's not, but let's say it's 5,000 miles from Wisconsin to Florida. And I don't have a bike. I'm going to fucking walk. I'm going to walk. Or I'm going to go on Craigslist, look for a bike that's cheap, that's about my size, and say, hey, I've got no money. I want to start a new life in Florida. Is there anything I can do, some yard work or cleaning or walking your dog or whatever I can do to get that bike you're trying to sell for $50? And most people are like, dude, have the bike. Or, yeah, clean my yard for a day or 2 days or a week and you can have the bike. Whatever, you know. But you ought to be genuine in your offer of help. You can't just be like, hey, give it to me, please. I'm just you know, like, dude, you're in America. You get an American passport. There's people doing whatever it takes, man. They're selling their bodies, they're selling their kids, they're selling a kidney to get into the USA. Literally, there's people who sell a kidney or half their liver to go to the USA, get a USA passport. So when you're in the USA and you're complaining, it's tough, I want to go to Florida, I want to go to California, but my parents, my mom, we're being fucking pussies. We're being pussies. So I would get that bike, that $50 Craigslist bike, and you know, I'd be learning how to fix tires, etc. And I'd make my way. I'd get a pannier bag, I'd get like a sleeping bag in there, like a cold temperature sleeping bag, and like a little bivvy bag, so if it rains I've got some protection with tarpaulin. And I'd be camping out in the bushes where no one could see me at night time, and I'd be getting food from the trash, or I'd be knocking on doors and saying, hey, is there any yard work you need? This is my deal, I'm cycling to Florida. And present yourself clean and not looking like a freaking, you know, like your energy and your body language, you know, is going to be doing that. Just say, is there anything I can help you out with? Or you can go hang out at Walmart, you can lock your bike and say, hey, I can carry you, you know, if you can give me 20 cents, I'll carry your shopping for you to your car and help you out, ma'am. You know what I mean? You could be like an attendant, a clerk, helping people carry their you can imagine how many housewives are out there who would love to have a 23-year-old man, you know, who's nice and considerate and not a douche and not, you know, creepy to them, to have a chat with them for a couple of minutes. I'll give you 20 cents, I'll give you $20, who knows? But don't do it for $20, do it for 20 cents. If they give you 20, say, oh, no, you know, be like, no, I want to give you 20, thank you very much, it's going to really help me a lot. You know, that's what you do, you're providing value, you're not just sitting there, give me money, I had it tough, my mum did this to me, my dad did this to me, I got it tough. That's fucking pussy loser town. You know, e-begging style, like asking for a lot and providing very, very little in return. That's just like, that shit rots you in the head. It rots you in the head. And that drives people to drug abuse because, man, I'm getting all this free money, fucking it's too easy, I need drugs to escape this reality because I'm being such a pussy. And that's what I do, man. And I make way to Florida. And you get to Florida, where are you going to stay? You're going to stay in the national park because you've got no accommodation. Well, you do have accommodation, it's nature, like the animals. And you're going to sleep with the animals. And you got your little swagger and tent, and your bike's only worth $50, so if someone steals it, no worries. You've developed the game where you can get another $50 bike from Craigslist. And you can become a dog walker. right? Dog walker. You can get clothes in a thrift store. You can get clothes on Gumtree or whatever. And you become a dog walker like Caesar Milan. Caesar Milan, dog walker. I hate dogs. Well, walk cats, do whatever, clipping hedges or whatever, some skill sets. And that will just give you that time to think what's important in my life, blah, blah, blah. But you avoid being one of these entitled brats. Like, I'm clipping these hedges, it sucks. I just want easy money. I want millions of dollars for nothing. It's like, you got to do the shitty jobs to find your dream job. You got to do something so you can have a flavour. It's like riding a bike. It's like when people go to the shop and they're like, which helmet should I try? And they just stand there. Like, I'll just give them a help. Try this one. I don't like it. Just try it on for size. And then they try it on. Oh, it feels pretty good. And then I've got 10 helmets on their head. But if they just stand there before, like, I don't know what to try. I don't know what to try. And I'm just giving them helmets, giving them shoes, giving them a jersey, giving them things to try on. How's that feel? How's that look? Because I can feel something. So you might be sitting there going, I don't know what to do. Just try shit. Imagine that I'm on your shoulder. Ask the question, what would Duran do right now? No, I'm not saying arrogant and conceited to some people, but it's true. What would Duran do right now? What do you say? Suck it up. Get it fucking done. Stop whinging. Stop being a brat. Give incredible value. Be grateful. Enjoy the ride. That's what I'll be saying. Yeah? And I've lived that, man. Look at the dream life I'm living now. They didn't just come to me overnight because I had rich parents. Those kids do that. Fucking cokeheads, man. Big time. Because they just it's got too easy. Right? So it's great that you're coming from a poor family who'll give you nothing. That's unreal, man. That's how you're going to become your own man. And you're going to become the man that other men want to be around or maybe with. And you're going to become the guy whose women are like, man, that guy's a man and he's self-made, boom, boom, boom. Get a vasectomy. Because those women are going to have your babies, all right? And that whole, and having kids in today's world, I really feel for the parents out there today. It's, man, it's going crazy right now, We can't mention, it's just, what's happening to the world right now? It's crazy. So you're 23, you got more freedom right now in your entire life, right now, all right? Today. Once you leave the house, that's when your freedom starts. And you decide to stay home and be a whining little beta bitch. You decide to blame your parents. Oh, I can't do this. I'm going to give you money. Playing on your PlayStation, eating freaking Cheetos. It's come on, man. People get out there and get it done. I'm not saying this person's eating Cheetos, but yeah, it's just an analogy. An analogy that we often just sit down in this self-pity state. Oh, if my parents didn't do this, we're the ones who give ourselves the most abuse. If something happened to them when they were a kid, and they relive that again and again and again, that's the real abuse. All right, that's the real abuse, because you keep playing it back and just reliving that thing. Acknowledge it happened. I didn't choose it, but I was there, wrong place, wrong time. It's gonna make me a better person. It's gonna understand that some people out there are crazy, they're damaging others. Breathe it in, breathe it out. It's done. Back in the past. Why replay it? Let's go on. Let's move on. Let's focus on the now. What's the immediate danger right now? What am I grateful for right now? I've got audience I've created. I've got an amazing bike here. I've got health. I've got sunshine today. I could just sit here whining. Oh, my mum did this. Oh, my dad did this. My ex-girlfriend, my ex-boyfriend. Misery loves company. You're going to attract more misery in your life being like that. So there you go. That's the deal, man. That's how to be alpha, how to be a professional cyclist, how to be a pro YouTuber, how to live your dream life. Don't do it because you want to give the middle finger to someone else. Hey, I'm a pro now. I'm a pro cyclist. Fuck you. No, be a pro cyclist because you just love that. Be a YouTuber because you want to contribute and have that, that contribution. That's my payment, really. I mean, the money's cool and stuff like that, but I would rather literally be making videos for free like I used to, and living off freaking not rinds, but living, just helping out in fruit farms, getting fruit that way, living in the bushes with the spiders and parrots, than earning $1 million a year on YouTube and just selling out, talking fake shit. I'd feel so depressed doing that, So when you enjoy hanging out in nature and you appreciate how good your life is and how good it can be, then that's when you start living. Have an attitude of gratitude, man. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for in this moment? And avoid burning bridges. If you have burned bridges, then apologize. I'm not apologizing. Come on. Often we overreact to certain things, and we need to do an apology. And if people don't accept the apology, maybe they're dying or whatever, yeah, at least it's the intention that counts. The intention that counts, okay? So just go out there, man, and get it fucking... I'm jealous of you, bro, in a way. I'm jealous. To be 23, in the internet age now, all the resources, damn, wow, it's endless. You know, when I was 23, it was like 2001, 2000 it was, 2000, like, there wasn't what there is now out there. The resources to help you and support you. It's, yeah, make the most of it, man. Make the most of it.